What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Stock Holiday, right back at you again with the latest and the greatest in these cryptocurrency markets. Do me a quick favor, hit that like button, press that subscribe button. Now let's get into it. Bitcoin is in the process of producing an awesome green candle. The market, cryptocurrency is pumping right now. You ask yourself why? We're going to talk about some of the things that is going on right now at this particular moment. Currently, Bitcoin $67,000, a little above $67,000. I mean, it is starting to pump right now, but don't get too excited just yet. Even though Bitcoin is starting to pump right now, we still need to talk about what is going on. The Fear and Greed Index is at 15. We talked about how the Fear and Greed Index will be trading between 8 and 22. It is going to be going down and going to be going up. We will see seesaw action in the Fear and Greed Index. Bitcoin dominance is teetering. We're back at 58.12%. Yesterday we may have saw 57.9 or 57.8. Now we're back at 58.12% dominance. Ethereum dominance 10.35 dominance. So there's a lot of moving pieces going on right now. Ethereum $1,972, XRP $1.36, but there's a lot of moving points right now. Always like to, and I always say, one of the main things and best things we can do is identify some of the known factors, identify some of the things that are for sure that we do know. One thing for sure that we do know is that we're not at the top. We are not at the top of the cryptocurrency market. We're not at the top of Bitcoin. So that is something that we can identify. That is something that we know that is certain because there's so many uncertainties around there in the cryptocurrency market, in Bitcoin, and all over the place. So very important to identify the things that are certain. One thing for sure that we know for certain is that we are not at the top of the market. And that right there is very important because in 2025, we had no idea where the top of the market was. That was uncertainty for us in 2025. Now in 2026, we could cruise a little bit better knowing that, you know what? We know we are not at the top. Now, what are we worried about in this bear market? Where is the bottom? That is the uncertainty of 2026. Was $60,000 the bottom beginning of February? We're in March now. We are in March. We got through January and February just that quick. That's why I say time is very important. Patience is very important and it's easy. Look how fast 2 months went by. We were just saying Happy New Year, January, February. Now we are in March. Getting ready to close out quarter one already, 2026. So time is moving along. That's why I'm not worried about 6 weeks, 3 months, none of that kind of stuff. This is going to be a process. 2028, the next Bitcoin halving. We really need to be focusing on that. Really need to be focusing on the 4-year cycle. And what did we learn from 2025? We know where the top is now. We know how many days it took us to get to that top from the previous Bitcoin halving of 2024. These are some of the principles and strategies that I am taking from the previous cycles and applying during this current cycle. Now, we know over the weekend, missile strikes, Middle East war was enacted, Iran, United States, all that stuff. The day that it happened, we saw cryptocurrency kind of rally. We saw altcoins kind of rally. I said, what? Why is this happening? Typically, the opposite happens. So I said, you know what? Let's see what happens on Monday when the stock markets open up. Expecting the stock markets to have a drastic dip because typically when war starts on the weekend, come that Monday, we see drastic dips. Talking about 1,000, 1,200 points in the Dow Jones. Taking a look at the stock market right now, it is not that bad. Actually, we're only down 300 points right now. I think earlier we might have been down 500 points, but the market seems to be doing a little better than a lot of people thought. I was expecting it to really be down. I had some plays that I bought earlier when the market was down more. Bought some more Microsoft Bought a couple of more Netflix, some Amazon stock, so forth and so on. But looking how cryptocurrency is responding, looking at these green candles that are popping up, that's why I say there's just so much uncertainty in the market. You just never know where you are. You just never know what is going to happen next. Typically, when everybody is lined up in one line, everybody is thinking doom and gloom. Oh, the war started, so this week is going to be disastrous. A lot of times the opposite happened. Cryptocurrency is going to go down to $50,000, $40,000. It is holding this $60,000 range pretty good. Holding it pretty good. Like I say, the entire month of February held $60,000. Very good. We went through October, November, December, January, February. That's 5 straight months of red. That may have happened only once before in cryptocurrency history. 5 consecutive red months. What do you think is going to happen the next month? What do you think is going to happen in the month of March, the 6th month? Do you think we will see 6 months of consecutive red? It is I highly doubt it. Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible because cryptocurrency is a beast, and especially in a certified bear market, we can see that. But I highly doubt it. I think we are going to see a pump in March. Now, is it going to be a sustained pump? Probably not, because we are still technically in a bear market. How long will this bear market last? Is this going to be a short bear market? It is going to be a short bear market because of how the markets did in 2025. The fact that it was so lackluster in 2025. Will the 2026 bear market be a little bit softer than we expect? We talked about how 2022 bear market was disastrous. Went from $69,000 to $35,000 and then down to $16,000. That is those are huge declines, especially for Bitcoin. We're not talking about meme coins. We're talking about Bitcoin taking declines as such. So what can we expect in 2026? What type of declines do we see Bitcoin having? Question: was $60,000 the bottom? That's the importance of dollar cost averaging in. We never know where the bottom is. Now, if $60,000 was the bottom, then we're in good shape because we were implementing the dollar cost average procedure, technique, strategy. We got some skin in the game at those levels. If it goes below that, no problem. Guess what we're going to do? Continue to implement the dollar cost average strategy and technique. This video is not financial advice. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell any crypto. This video is strictly for educational and entertainment purposes only. Before investing into anything, please consult with a professional financial advisor. Speaking to the young man yesterday over there in the Patreon, he sent me an article about some of the large institutions, some of the things that they did a few days ago, a few hours before the war was announced, and wow. We always talk about how these large institutions, how these millionaires and billionaires are plotting and planning, doing things behind the scene. But when you read this article, matter of fact, on my next video, I'm going to read a few of the excerpts to you, and you are going to be amazed. Maybe not, because, we have been expecting and seeing a lot of the behind the scene that these guys have been doing, a lot of the corruption. We call it market manipulation, but anything for a dollar. These guys are fixated to the dollar. Whatever it takes to make a dollar, they will do it, even if it seems to be giving up their firstborn. So, very amazing article. I'm going to read some of those excerpts to you on the next video. But what type of market are we in, and what can we expect for the year of 2026? What type of moves are you making? What type of plays should we be looking at? Last night, if you go back and take a look at the live show that we did, we looked at several altcoins. One of the altcoins we looked at was Polkadot, and you will be amazed at the journey of Polkadot. That's why I say it is so valuable to do portfolio analysis. A lot of times we have altcoins just sitting in our portfolio and we are not paying any attention to them. We're not monitoring them. We're not seeing how they have been performing. We're just letting them sit, let them come along for a free ride, married to these particular plays as they continue to drain our portfolios. Polkadot was amazing. What other play? We looked at Spell Token last night. What else did we look at? There were so many coins we looked at last night. If you go back and look at the live show, you will see the altcoins that we looked at, and you will be surprised. You'll be surprised at some of the coins that did well. Some coins did well. You'd be like, what? I had no idea that this coin did so well. And some of the coins just poo-poo, had horrible runs. And you say, damn, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad. So that's why portfolio analysis is very important. And I do that a lot with some of the individuals in the Patreon. Folks coming to the Patreon, they hit me on the side, say, Coach, let's take a look at my portfolio. What you think about this play, XYZ? Because it is very good to do portfolio analysis and look at these coins and be real with yourself and say, you know what? Is this coin going to recover? Am I just buying fool's gold? We talked about XRP. We talked about CC Canton Network. We talked about XPR Net. I mean, go back and watch that live that we did last night. It was a very explosive show. A lot of information was poured into that video. So I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with your boy Stock Holiday. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Come on over there, join us in the Patreon. We have a very awesome cryptocurrency community. But like I say, I just continue to come to you guys every day just to continue to give you that good encouragement. Coming to you guys every day to give you that good motivation. And that's all I got for you on this one. It's your boy, Stock Holiday, and I'm out.